Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is another crochet hair review video. In today's crochet hair, as you also saw from the title, is the Bobbi Boss Brazilian Go-Go Curl 2x pack in the length 20 inches, and I have it in the color T1B30. Now, if you are not familiar with my crochet hair review series, welcome, join the family, smash that subscribe button. However, this is not an install video, this is not a DIY, this is not a tutorial, nor were those words in the title when you clicked on this video. This is a review video for this hair, meaning I come on here first with my first day thoughts of the crochet hair, showing you how it looks right after install, telling you overall was it an easy install, hard install, how long it took, how many times I had to knot the hair. Then I come on here 1 week later with my 1 week thoughts of the crochet hair, showing you how it looks 1 weekend, telling you overall did it go uphill or downhill in the course of the week, and what my nighttime routine was with that hair. Then I come on here with my final thoughts of the crochet hair, whether it's been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, however long I'm able to wear that hair. I come on here on the final day of me wearing it, showing you how it looks on that last day, telling you overall was it really going downhill over those weeks, or whether it looks really good at the time of me taking it out, whether it's water friendly, whether it's activewear friendly, and overall whether I recommend you try that hair. Now, there are timestamps down below for those who are impatient and want to skip around. That's understandable, but if you want to watch the continuous flow of this hair progression so that you have no questions about it, just keep watching to see my first day thoughts on this Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair.
A few moments later.
So now, coming on here for my day one thoughts on this Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair. Now, like I said in the intro of this video, it's not an install video. However, I do have one. I do have an install of this hair. I did install the hair on top of my braid pattern my mother did for me, which was fabulous. She did it for my birthday. She always installs most of my birthday hairs, but in this case, she just did the braid pattern so that I could install on camera for you guys. So I will link that video up above. I love having an install video because sometimes it is easier to show you guys than talk you through. But I'm going to give you kind of a quick rundown of this hair. This hair was sent to me from Wiget. Wiget is a UK-based beauty supply store company. So like how we have here in the US, like Trends and all that. The UK has one specifically. And you might be like, well, I'm in the US. How does this affect me? My second biggest demographic here on YouTube is in the UK. So shout out to you guys all who watch me in the UK. I know sometimes for you guys I review a lot of hair that unfortunately you can't get your hands on, and I feel really bad when I do that. I know Free Tresses and is heavily found over there. I know there are some other brands like Rasta Free that isn't over there as well, so I'm sorry that I do those so constantly that today I wanted to throw something at you, a hair that I know you can get in the UK. This site, Wiget, they only had, two major brands, a lot of two major brands. I think they might have had some other brands, of course, but two of their biggest brands on their site was Main Concept and Bobbi Boss. And the funny thing is, what screamed out about this hair to me is that two of my favorite crochet hair content creators, if you're not following them here on YouTube and you like crochet hair, I'm confused, Jess Monique Thomas and India Aja, both of them have reviewed and tried this hair. When they reached out to me to want to send me some hair, I was like, what do I want? You guys have a few brands, but what do I really want to try? It seemed like India's beautiful hair was screaming out at me, girl, you better get that Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl. So that's what I asked them to send me. I do not watch other people's review videos, so I'm just going off of thumbnails and some other content that she's created that was not crochet hair related that I watched, so I got to see it in action, look beautiful on her. So I was like, I want it to look beautiful on me because this week, as I'm recording this, is Thanksgiving and it's also my birthday. My birthday is a week from today and I should be in Cabo. And what do I like when I go on vacation? If you watch my channel, you know what I like. I like to have my swimsuit on and I like to have my hair long. Okay, that's what I like. I like that combination. So I just knew seeing this on them, this was going to be a great style. So that's Wiget. If you are thinking about buying that hair and you are actually in the US though, and you need kind of a time idea, they sent me this hair on the 3rd from over there. It did not get here till the 19th, which was kind of cutting it close with me because I was like, I need this hair install before I start work on Monday, because you know I want to have this through Thursday. I want to have it when I fly out on Saturday. I want this hair, so I was like pins and needles as I kept seeing it and tracking it, and finally it hit New York this week. I think it was just in limbo somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean, and then it finally came in this week, and I was like, fingers crossed it gets here before, and it did, luckily. But again, you guys know in the US we can buy Bobbi Boss. Bobbi Boss is not an exclusive UK thing. People can buy this hair anywhere, but specifically for my UK audience, you guys have an option with Wiget. So that's how I got this hair. The install of this hair, if you watch my install video, 10 braids going straight back. My mother did a straight back braid pattern. That's what I typically love. You guys know I'm loving leave out more recently, and leave out is probably going to be my thing going forward when I'm not going on a beach trip. When I'm not going on a trip that involves water, I will always probably be doing leave out going forward. However, this is a different type of situation. This is me going somewhere where I'm probably going to get my hair wet. I'm not trying to deal with no leave out at this point. So straight back braid pattern, I installed 3.5 packs of this. This is a 2 times packs, meaning there's 2 sides of the package. Well, you can see right here, it's 2 sides. I used 3.5 of that. This hair was very easy to split. Being as soft as it was, when I get a soft hair, I'm very scared with the ability to split. I don't want another, Trendy Tresses Goddess curl, or even my last hair. I had to get a routine down before I started splitting that hair because it was a little difficult. This hair, very easy to split. How I installed it in the back, I just split it once because it is kind of chunky. It's big. Let me show you how it looks right off the. This is how it looks like one strand of it. It's kind of big. I mean, some people might want to install like this. I doubt a majority of people would. So I split it one time, and this is what you get left with if you split it one time. And then when I got in the front, I split these even smaller. So just in the front, when I do my invisible knot method, I split it one more time. So each one got split one additional time. So this is how I installed it in the front. So this is how my hair looks. Let me lean up in camera so you guys can see kind of my hairline and all that. Of course, you get a better look of everything in the install video, and this is what it looks like. It's 20 inches. The install video, you get to see kind of even further down. I cut it just a little bit. It's still uneven. I just filmed my install video like 5 minutes ago, and I'm starving this morning. So sorry if it doesn't look super even. I will cut it after I get some food in my belly. But that is overall how it looks. I do, again, like I said, like longer hair, especially for trips and stuff. I know long hair isn't a lot of times what my audience loves, but I love it, so that's what I'm wearing. This hair is a T1B30. Both Jess and India did what appeared to be a solid color. Don't know specifically, but it looked like maybe a 1B for both of them. I know that sometimes colored hair performs differently, so I'll definitely be on the lookout and see if that comes into play in any way, shape, or form. This hair is very soft. Very, very soft. I did apply some mousse after I installed this hair, because that's what I typically always do when I start installing a very soft hair and I see, okay, this is super soft. Let's figure out what I need to do. What I need to do typically involves putting some mousse in. I will definitely, again, keep you guys abreast of what I will do within this week of wear. Now, overall, these are my first day impressions. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I think I made the right decision for my birthday hair, but we will see. In 1 week's time, I'll be on vacation. But the day before I go, I'll come on here for my first week thoughts. So to see my first week thoughts, the day before I leave on my Cabo trip, just keep watching.
1 week later.
So now coming on here for my week 1 thoughts on this Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair. Now let me lean up in camera so you guys can see how it looks. Let me do a turnaround so you guys can kind of get into the length and everything of how this hair is looking. Now, fudging the numbers just a wee bit. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, today is Black Friday. Tomorrow, I actually leave for my Cabo trip. So technically, Sunday will be my real first week, but I will be on the west coast of Mexico at that time. So I'm coming a couple days earlier just to bring you my overall first week thoughts. Now, going into kind of nighttime routine, all I've done is put a scarf on. I wish I could say I did some twisties up at night. I wish I could say I did a lot of maintenance, but all I did was put it in a ponytail and put a scarf on. been just a crazy week. You know, it's a holiday week. You gotta pack for a trip, gotta get my nails done for the trip. Just a lot going on. I really ain't have no time for maintenance. But I think overall my hair still held up really, really well. What I've been doing when I felt like a little bit of, it's gonna get tangled when you do that method. It's not gonna be all peaches and cream, especially with a hair like this that is not a tighter curl, but it's a more looser. I have gone in with Hawaiian Silky when I detangle. So all I do is I spray it on my hands, rub it in my hands, and kind of rake it through. I have had to cut out a few frizz balls at the end of my hair. Even yesterday, my mom was like, "Girl, there's a little frizz ball. Let me go get it. You can't see the back." That's the thing about things. Sometimes you can't even see what's going on. But luckily, she had me. She got me. I'll make sure all frizz balls are cut before I head on down to the airport tomorrow. That is how my nighttime routine has been. It might change. Of course, you'll see through my final thoughts what might have to change. But first week been a very, very lazy week because it's just been a holiday season week. But overall, I don't think it's gone downhill in this week. I still love it. I've been getting compliments out the wazoo. When I got my nails done, I went in there. It's a lot of Caucasian women in my salon, and so many of them were giving compliments. One girl was like, "I love your hair." Then the person, she was in the pedicure chair, I was in the drying chair, and she was like giving me all the compliments in the world. And then the person who was doing her toes turned around and she was like, "But that ain't all your hair, is it?" And I was like, "Why you gotta put me out like that? Why you have to do that like that to me?" I was like, "No," but it didn't take away. That lady was a little bit, you know, the lady in the chair who was getting her toes done was like, "Oh man, I just really hard giving her all those compliments." And you know, I don't ever have the heart to say it's not my hair. Why would I even say that? But girl, doing the pedicure, you ain't have to go like that. You ain't have to say all that. You could have just went with the lie. But nonetheless, I've gotten compliments in person. I have gotten compliments. My family liked it yesterday. I got compliments on Zoom meetings this week. I've just gotten a lot of compliments, and it's really gassed me up that I did make the right selection for my trip that comes up tomorrow. So to see how this hair holds up after my Cabo trip, to see what I think about this hair post that trip, to see how long I'm able to wear it after that trip, just keep watching to see my final thoughts on this Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair.
Later.
So now coming on here for my final thoughts on this Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair. As you can see from the signage, it has been 4 weeks with this hair and been good enough. Been good enough of a time period for me to go ahead and give this evaluation on it. Now, we are a few weeks removed from me going on my vacation to Cabo. If you saw my Cabo vlog, I got this hair wet. This hair got wet in normal pool water. We got a swim up room. So, you know, if you saw that vlog, I took full advantage of going underwater and experiencing the swim up pool. But not only did I do the swim up pool, we got a little bit wet. We swam with some dolphins in water that was, it mirrored ocean water. So we couldn't actually get into the ocean at our hotel. We actually had to sign a waiver saying that we would not set foot, just because if you're familiar with specifically that side of the ocean, Pacific Ocean is way different than the Atlantic, which I'm more familiar with. You can definitely, you go to Myrtle Beach, you see people in there all the time. When you go to the Pacific side of things, specifically on this kind of peninsula of Cabo, the waters are very, 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 very rough. They're very turbulent. So the beaches were very calm. I highly suggest a trip to Cabo for anyone, because you can go off on the beach. You just can't swim in the beach, or you might be taken away. So people might be like, "Well, you didn't get it wet in ocean water." That's different. People always, if I get my hair wet in a pool, they're not happy that I didn't get it wet in ocean water. I did get a little bit of the ocean water vibes as I was interacting with those dolphins. They definitely took the time to splash, if you saw that vlog. So this hair got wet. It made it worse. It made it worse. It did not help this hair. This hair will not be making any future water-friendly videos. If you watch me for those, don't expect this hair to be on that list. It became a mess. It became a mess at that point. At that point, we started going downhill. You might be like, "Well, that was after your first week thoughts. Why didn't you take it out sooner?" You know, sometimes aesthetics. You got a life to live, honey. You know, my blowout appointment isn't till later this week. So I had to kind of make it do what it do in between that time. And as you notice, I've cut it up. That was definitely a requirement. As soon as I got back I snipped it up. My best friend who I went on that trip with, she went in with the Lulu Tress beach curl hair, which she apologized for not watching my review video. She was in a store. She had to make a rash decision. She didn't even want to tell me. I had to ask her what hair, because I was getting a lot of comments and a lot of DMs from people. What hair does your friend have in? And I was like, oh, she normally says it, but she didn't. Let me message her. Hey girl, what hair did you have in? Girl, when she started with a girl, I'm sorry. Girl, I was in the store. I made a rash decision. She chose the Lulu Tress beach curl hair, which I know beach is in there. If you watched my review on that, I wasn't a fan of it on land. Wasn't going to take it under the sea. She took it to the beach. She took her hair out immediately when she got back. No, did not pass go. Immediately when she got back, she took the hair out. She probably would have took it out in the hotel room if she didn't have to get back on the plane with a braid down. She would have done that. So, even my friends, don't feel bad if you don't take the advice from my videos. Even my friends don't. But you guys are my friends. You guys are my friends, and I'm telling you right now, might not be the best choice. Okay? The issue that comes with this hair is the immense amount of tangles that have come since then. I'm going to insert kind of a raw footage of me pre-taping this video, because so far I've gone through and I've kind of detangled this hair a little bit since I knew I was going to be on camera. But when I took my scarf off today, it was a tangly mess. This hair is a high maintenance hair. It's a high maintenance hair, and that's not what you want on a vacation. You don't want to have to deal with the maintenance. You want low maintenance. That's why it's not making my beach family. And so since that trip, I've had to stay on top of this hair. I'm talking almost every 2 days. It's back to being tangled, then we're detangling, back to being I always get this, well, what if you hadn't swim in this hair? What could it have been? But that's the thing. I did swim in this hair, and now it is what it is. I'm not a soothsayer. I don't know how to see the future, but I would say this hair, ironically, my friend had the beach curl, and I think it will perform the same way the beach curl did. The beach curl, the Lulu Tress beach curl hair, didn't work well on land, and I never took that hair swimming. The swimming probably only escalated an issue that would have probably come anyways. That's what I'll say. Could I have gone maybe one more week without having a lot of detangling to have to do? Possibly. But the issue with this hair too is that it feels so dry. It's so dry. I've been using Hawaiian Silky to detangle, the Miracle Worker product, working it through, but I've used so much of it. When I say dry, a lot of people give me flack because they say it's synthetic and it cannot be dry. It's not regular hair, so it cannot have the same dry properties that a normal hair could. Fine, whatever you say. I'm going to continue to use the word dry because the audience gets it. You get it when I say dry. It means like I almost hate to put my fingers through it because it feels like how razor sharp like a paper's edge feels. Like you feel like you might get a paper cut. That's how it almost feels sometimes if I run my hands through my hair without any products. Now I haven't been wearing earrings in my ear for the last 2 weeks because it has just rubbed my earrings out, and I just haven't even put them back in because I don't even want to deal with it. Once I take this hair out, I'll get back to putting my studs in, but if you notice, I'll have no earrings in. I haven't had them in for at least 2 weeks now because this hair just is like, again, the thin edge of a paper. It's just, you know, if I was wrapping my finger across it, that's what it almost feels like. And now I know people are going to be like, ironically, funny enough, as I'm posting this video or as I'm filming this video, about a couple weeks ago, I posted that I'm getting a silk press for the months of the end of December, so right before Christmas, and then January. I have 2 blowouts already scheduled, silk presses already in the works. My stylist, I booked them, and I put a post on my IG about what kind of content do you want to see, because of course I'm not going to be doing hair content. What type of content do you want to see from me during that time period off? Somebody commented and said, when you do come back, can you please try the Bobbi Boss Go-Go Curl hair? I saw India Aja had it in a recent video. I would love for you to try it. I was like, ironically, I responded back to her directly and I said, ironically, that's the hair I've had in for the last few weeks now. So you don't have to wait. I'll have that video up while I have my silk press in. You don't have to worry, because I believe people probably saw India's video, and India, again, an amazing creator, and she wore it so beautifully, and it looked gorgeous on her, but she wore it in a black. So I will mention she did wear it in a black. I don't know exactly what color, because again, I didn't watch her review or anything like that. I just watched her other content, her pictures on IG, like anything that wasn't hair related, because I don't want my mind to be warped by anybody's thoughts of anything. So I don't really watch other people's reviews, but I can see how the hair looks in motion because it looks beautiful. But she had it in a darker color. I've always said on this channel, when you do a lighter color, kind of a 30, 27, something like that, it is a wee bit different. Sometimes it's amazing and it's perfect. Like that Rasta Free hair that I just tried in, it was a colored hair. Phenomenal. It's not an always guarantee. It's about a 50-50 chance when you try a hair in a colored state. Sometimes it's not as good because it goes through an extra layer. There's an extra layer of just processing that it has to go through that maybe a standard solid color doesn't have to. There's 2 levels of toning and colorations to kind of get it into a duo T1B30 color that this is, that a standard kind of black doesn't have to go through, if that makes sense. So yeah, that may play a factor as well. Again, check out India's review. I'm not the only creator on this platform who makes crochet hair related videos. Check out others because they can give you a well-rounded picture before you go into the store and make that decision. But do I think this hair is active friendly? No. If I don't think a hair is water friendly, I'm never going to think it's active friendly, because the premise of active for me is that active people who live an active lifestyle are going to want to wash their hair. They're sweating, they're working out a lot. They're going to want to get their hair wet and wash it. How will that hair wind up and hold up in water? This hair has proven it doesn't do good with any kind of water. So it's not going to be my active friendly choice. So overall, do I recommend you try this hair? I wouldn't necessarily run out and put this high on the priority. Like, nothing is giving me high on the priorities list to purchase it. But I would say, maybe if you had like a 2 weeks, you were going to do 2 weeks of a hair and you needed something that looked phenomenal, because I cannot lie, that first week I was getting compliments out the wazoo. Even while I was in Cabo, people were loving it. And again, you know, you can feel like, oh, well, Mexico, they want to get their tips up. They're going to compliment a woman on their hair. You know, they're good about getting their tips. They know what to say to try to beef up those tips. They know what to do to kind of beef up those tips. But I'm talking about not just locals. I'm talking like other tourists were saying it too. Somebody who was not going to get financially compensated by saying nice things. I was getting a lot of compliments. So if you're looking for a hair that looks nice, probably one of my most complimented hairs of 2022. So if you're looking for a cute photographic birthday, just a hair that you know you're going to take out in 2 weeks, go for it. Love it. If it's going to be your long term, you're looking for a 2-monther, no, this isn't your 2-monther. No, not at all. But overall, again, thank you, Wiget, for sending me this hair. If you want to check out Wiget and all the other amazing hair, and not just crochet hair, but other hair things they have, please check them out. If you're in the UK, I love that you guys have this option, and I want to try more UK available hairs on this channel. You guys are my second biggest demographic on this platform. I do want to make sure I'm creating content that you guys can purchase as well as my US audience can purchase. So give me some suggestions down below, my UK followers. What is over there heavily? And I will make sure that I can give you at least, even though I know I'm trying black owned or black supported, I will at least try to get, if it's not a black owned hair, I'll try to get it from a black owned vendor, just like Wiget. So I will do that for you guys. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up even if you didn't. We want all the love and support over here on this channel. And make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss anything that I do over here. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram at LeahLaVon89 so you can keep up with my shenanigans in real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.